Hi everybody, how is everybody this Wednesday evening? So, who's ready for a little Christmas in July? So, I don't know where you guys are all at, but here it's been pretty hot and humid. Um, it's just been kind of crazy here. We've just had some really crazy thunderstorms, so I was curious whether or not I was going to be able to get on here, but they seem to have all gone away. So that's very exciting. It's kind of like been the end of the day every day. It just gets, we get hot, it gets humid, and then we have a thunderstorm. My name is Julia Green. If this is your first time in here, with my Stamping with Julia page, I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. I live in the northwest corner of Connecticut, and tonight is my impromptu Facebook Live, Christmas in July. So I love to make tags. It's one of the favorite things that I love to do. This year, I think this happens to be my new favorite tag shape. It comes in it's an online, and I have so many different stamp sets and stuff out here right now. It's crazy. It's an online exclusive right now. Greetings of the season. And you can see it has all these fun tag shapes, but I really feel that this one is my favorite right now. So I'm going to be using Greetings of the Season. I've gone ahead and I've mounted that on a block, the Merry Christmas. This stamp set has so many really cool salutations for the season. So this is another online exclusive. All of this is part of the suite, the green and gold suite, I believe it's called. So all these pieces and parts are part of that suite. So, all right, I'm gonna grab my cherry cobbler. So what are your two favorite red and greens? Are you a real red and an old olive person? Are you a real red and a granny apple green? Are you a cherry cobbler and a mossy meadow? For this particular one, I'm gonna use cherry cobbler. I've stamped my Merry Christmas, and I'm gonna go ahead and clean that and put it right back in the, I'm gonna try cleaning up my mess here as we go along so that maybe I can get something else done here. So I'm gonna go ahead and put that right back in here while the Merry Christmas is, my cherry cobbler ink pad is a little bit wet, so I give it a little chance to dry. So we'll put that back in there. All right, so let's go ahead. We're gonna mount. So this paper is from another online exclusive. This is called the Iconic Celebrations 6x6. This kind of does Christmas. It does all the fall holidays. So it's another online exclusive. You can see the back has Christmas trees. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna put that right above the words. And then I grabbed, because I always buy all the 6x6 designer series paper, and I am using Garden Green, and so that's where this little strip of stripe paper comes from. So save all your little scraps of paper because I just think they look really cool on tags. All right, then I'm going to grab the bow punch. And with cherry cobbler, I'm gonna punch out one of these little, looks like berries to me. And with Garden Green, I'm gonna punch out the bow. Okay. I'm gonna get rid of this punch out of my way here. All right. And then I grabbed this vanilla satin ribbon. This ribbon is so pretty. This is also part of an online exclusive right now. And I was having a really hard time cutting this with my snips because they're not as sharp as they used to be. But I want to make a point so that it'll go through there. And then I'm just going to cut off the other ends. And sometimes if you hold the ribbon taut, it'll cut a little easier for you. So that's what I'm going to do. All right, I am going to put a little bit of my Stampin' Seal on the inside of my ribbon here, because that's going to hold my two ribbons together. A little, when you don't have extra fingers. And then I grabbed this Natural Tones linen thread, and I didn't realize this, but this was something that we were able to purchase for the Creativity Now as demonstrators. And this is going to be coming out in the next catalog. So this is not an online exclusive. This is a little sneaky peek of something that will be available in the next catalog. And it is Garden Green, I believe that's Copper Clay and Night of Navy. So really fun linen thread. And it is more like the linen thread than Baker's Twine when I looked at it really close. Now, I'm going to grab, maybe these scissors are a little bit sharper because I want to cut this at an angle. There we go. Perfect. All right, now I'm going to put my little bow down here, bow, and my little berries. I'm going to grab my little liquid glue. Like that. A little bit on my berries. We're going to put the berries right next to the bow. And then I took another little piece of that thread. And I cut another little bow. So do we not have anybody on? Nobody answered my red and green question. What are your favorite red and greens for the holiday using Stampin' Up! Colors? Are you a cherry cobbler? Do you like old olive? All right, now I'm gonna grab a glue dot. And we're going to put that right there. Okay. And now we're just going to cut these off a little bit. And then part of this suite on the online exclusive, it's part of one of the suites, but I'm not really sure which one, are these fun berries. And so you have the group of berries. I'm going to use the iridescent berries. I'm going to use the group of 3, and I put them right about above the bow. My bow was going the other way on my other one. So there's the first little project for you. Like I said, I love to make tags. And now you could put this fun, really pretty tag right on olive green and cherry cobbler. Yep, old olive and cherry cobbler, nice combo. You can put this on like a plain sandwich bag, paper bag, clear bag, whatever, and you've dolled up your little gift. So I like doing that a lot. All right, so my next project, holy schmoly, do I have piles of stuff everywhere here. All right, so if you haven't looked at the online exclusive stuff and you have the little red pickup truck, here's a cute little card using the little red pickup truck. Okay, this card's a little bit different. All right, so we have a cherry cobbler, 5.5 by 4 1/4. We have white, 4 1/8 by 5 3/8, and then we have some of this fun paper that carried over from last year, and this is called Winter Meadow. This was some of my favorite paper last year. I loved this paper. And it did carry over. I'm not sure if it carried over or if it's a part of online, but if you go to my website and just plug in you'll have you'll have the item number and all that stuff. So, whoops, let's get rid of that. All right, so I am just layering these three right together. And this is going to be my card base. And again, this is just something a little different. All right, just like that. Now I took a 3x6 piece of the Lost Lagoon, because that's what color my trees are. I'm gonna fold this in half. I'm gonna grab a bone folder here so that I get a nice sharp fold. We are gonna take, there is one that is 2 3/4 by 2 3/4. That's gonna be my inside one, so I'm gonna go right ahead and put that on the inside. And then we're gonna, oops, yep, we're gonna run out of Stampin' Seal, so I have to grab one. Doing all kinds of creating in here today, so I went through a lot of Stampin' Seal. And the other day, when I was switching one of these, I took my snips and I grabbed a hold of this and I was cutting across, and I cut with the tip right in the end of my finger. And got blood all over everywhere. It was not cool. I didn't cut that big of a piece, but boy did it bleed. All right, we're back in business. All right, so now my other one is 2 4/8, right? No, a half would be 4/8. 2 5/8 by 2 5/8 is going to be my outside piece, because I want just a little bit of that Lost Lagoon. So now let's grab my stamp set. I need my Truckin' Along stamp set. This is online and is still available. So let's see. We're going to stamp the little road. I'll do that first. We're going to grab some basic gray. We're going to stamp the little road across the bottom. We are going to stamp the little truck. Let's see, I want the little clouds. We're gonna grab Balmy Blue. We're gonna grab my Stampin' Mat here. We're gonna stamp off and then do some little clouds. Just like that. Now we're gonna grab that little Christmas tree. Let's see, I want the solid one and the detail. We're gonna put the cloud there. Let's do the solid tree first. We're gonna grab the Lost Lagoon stamp set. We're gonna stamp off and stamp that right in the back of my truck. And then we're gonna take the detailed one and we're gonna go full strength and we're gonna go right over top of that. Now I'm going to bring in my blends. And I have Cherry Cobbler and Smoky Slate. So we're going to do light Smoky Slate as the rims. dark smoky slate as the tires, the bumpers. Light cherry cobbler. Is the whole truck. I love this little truck. I just think he's so cute. I'm still seeing the little red truck motif everywhere. It's very farmhouse, which you see a lot of decorations. Usually it's goes with the buffalo plaid. All right, so there's our little red truck and cherry cobbler. Now I'm going to come in with the dark cherry cobbler, and I'm going to give him some shadowing. I think I'm going to color. I'm going to do this a little bit different than I did the other one. I'm going to do the whole fender in the dark cherry cobbler, and then just kind of do some highlighting here, up around the door, and there you have it. Cute little pickup truck. Now, I'm going to grab, in that pickup truck it says, wishing you a festive Christmas. We're going to put that on a block. We're going to grab that cherry cobbler ink pad, and we're going to stamp that right across. I'll go ahead and mount that to my little 3x3 card. Just have a little bit of that Lost Lagoon sticking out around. And then we're going to go right ahead and we're going to mount that right to this other card base that we made. Now you could put it in the middle if you wanted to. Okay, let's put this one in the middle. What do you say? Yeah, let's put this one in the middle. Now, I love these Adhesive Back Sparkle Gems. They are probably one of my favorite go-to little something something. So I'm going to do the silver ones, the smaller of the silver ones, and we're going to put 5 of these on here. All right, so there you have it. Now I would go ahead and put a truck on my envelope, more than likely. And because I'm gonna color it in with the blends, I always have like a scrap here. And so I just take the scrap and I put it in, stamp my truck. Let's go ahead and stamp my truck and show you what I mean. So then when I color it in, I won't bleed through, because remember with our blends, sometimes it bleeds through the paper because of the alcohol ink. So I did it up a little bit because I'm gonna put the little road underneath there. Put that right underneath there, so it doesn't look like he's, driving in midair. So now I'm all set to go ahead and color, because I have my scrap piece of paper in there. and I'm just going to come in and I'll start coloring. And this way here, I know it won't go through onto the envelope on the inside of the envelope right straight through to the back side of the envelope. So just something to keep in mind when you're coloring the outside of the envelopes and stuff with your blends, okay? Just a little tip there, okay? All right, so which one do you like better? Do you like it over to one side or do you like it in the middle? Which one? In the middle or to one side? I actually like them both. So, all right. So there's number 2 for you. Number 3 is using our note cards and envelopes. So our note cards and envelopes are handy to have on hand for when you want to make like a quick card and you don't want to be totally stressed out. Okay. And they're just really handy to have. Okay. They already make a card base for you. So they are a regular stamp, because I believe they're like I think it would be like a wedding RSVP size, basically. Sorry, I've got to put these away because if I don't, I'm just creating a bigger mess than what I already have going here. And I have a mess going. Alrighty, there's that. All right, so here's our next card. Okay, I've used this fun post office box, which I really like a lot. I'll show you where I got the poinsettias from and the little bucket as we go along here, okay? So let me just put this up here so I can see what I'm doing as I'm going along. All right, so I'm gonna start with my little note card. I've already embossed my post office box and I've cut out my little thing. And I wanted to mention to you, Stampin' Up! Has revamped the embossing powders. So the embossing powders are now called Wow embossing powders. I found that they were much, much more finer and really worked very well on the detail part of what you were embossing. So if you look at my mailbox, you can see that bottom part is very detailed. I found that they really do work a lot different than the old embossing powders. I found them to anyway. This particular one comes with copper, gold, and silver. The other one I believe has black, white, and clear. You have to buy them in the packages of 3. I know it looks like a smaller package. Don't let that discourage you because it's still, you still get a lot of embossing powder in there. A little goes a long way with embossing powder. It really, really does. Does not need to be overthought by any means. All right, so I'm going to grab a blending brush. I'm going to grab that Balmy Blue. And I'm just going to go ahead and sponge some blue onto my background. I am going to grab It's the Most Wonderful Time of the Year stamp out of here. I'm going to grab I guess I used Old Olive. For some reason I thought I used, okay, so the post office box, or the mailbox, comes from the Stamped with Love, which is also our Angel Policy stamp set. Okay, so it has the copyright at Stampin' Up, hand stamped especially for you, so you get a card. This really cool image here of a note card and a pen. All right, so we're going to grab the Old Olive. gonna mount this kind of straight, and then maybe I'll have a better chance of it stamping straight. I'm gonna grab that. I am finding that I really, with the photopolymer, really should be using my pad. Sometimes I forget. Okay, so up in this corner, it's the most wonderful time of the year. We're gonna stamp that right there. I like a long pair of scissors when I'm cutting out. Now this doesn't have a die, so we have to cut this out. But when you emboss an image, it's really pretty easy to cut along the edge. It gives you a really good kind of an edge to follow, so don't be discouraged. These were some pretty easy, mostly straight edges. All right, now I emboss this with gold on Poppy Parade. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and mount my mailbox right about there. We're just gonna go ahead and get that with the regular stamp and seal. Oh, and my poinsettias are over there on my emboss and cut machine. So let me show you where the poinsettias came from. So the poinsettias came from the Rustic Crate stamp set. This was another one that came from last year. Let me just go cut those out real quick. I'll be right back in a flash here. All right, there's my poinsettias. This is a really pretty set. We have like kind of spring, fall, winter. It has some fun extra pieces. You can make the little crate. It's a fun set. All right, so let me go ahead. This little bucket is from the Country Flowers. So wouldn't those poinsettias look nice even in the teapot or in the other kettle? So I thought it was kind of cool. So we have a lot of stamp sets right now that go really well with the holiday season without you even having to add to the holiday, you know, ordering more holiday sets. Something I'm trying not to do. All right. So I've done my centers with dark wild wheat. I'm now going to color my poinsettias with my light Poppy Parade. Max is up for a visit. Hi, Max. It could mean there's another lightning storm in the area. Max in his old age does not like lightning anymore and thunder. Can't say that I blame him. This afternoon it was hitting pretty close. All right, there's one poinsettia. Now let's do this one. Whoops. So I didn't see anybody mention that Poppy Parade was one of their favorite reds, but I have to say, for these poinsettias, it really did the trick. All right, now I'm going to come back in with my dark, and I'm just going to go over all these little lines. Just kind of do a little shading. All right, for my green part of my poinsettias, I am doing light Old Olive, which I grabbed the wrong one. Let's see if that's it. Oh, okay. Alrighty. And I'm coming back in with the dark Old Olive. Alright. Now I'm going to grab some dimensionals. I'm going to put the poinsettias in my bucket here. Hi, Lorraine. All right, so let's see. I think I want it like this. And I did it at an angle so that it was not, my little bucket's over a little too far. Let's see if I can pop that up. There we go. Whoop. All right. Like that. Now I decided there was a lot of like kind of white space that I wasn't really too excited about. So I was looking at the stamp sets that I had sitting here, and I liked this little image here that is in the Country Flowers. To me, it kind of almost reminded me of like a little snowflake type of deal. So I grabbed the Balmy Blue, and at full strength, just did some of these images. And then I grabbed those dimensionals that are those fun dots that I like, and I'm going to use the silver ones, and I put a silver one in the center of each one of those little shapes. So not really a snowflake, but I liked how it filled in some of the empty space that I had. If I had a snowflake sitting here, I would have used a snowflake. But I didn't have a snowflake, so I used what I had. I'm sure I have a little snowflake in one of my sets somewhere. All right, so there's that one. So I have one more card for you for tonight. And again, I'm probably going to do the poinsettias on the outside of this envelope. I will stick a scrap piece of paper down in there while I'm coloring my poinsettias. All right, now, last card is using the green and gold suite. That is part of the online exclusives right now. Again, has that shape that I really, really like a lot, that tag shape. So we have wild wheat, and to me, wild wheat is gosh darn close to gold, if you ask me. So I'm going to go ahead. This one is 4 by 4, so we're going to go ahead and mount that one. Look at the other side of that paper. Isn't it pretty? It's too active for what I'm looking for this particular card, though. I can't believe I'm covering up this embossed cardstock. Ooh, or DSP. All right, I'm going to do that. Then I have this other piece because I like the plaid. And we're just going to put that down here at the bottom. And this is 2 by 4. It is going to overlap a little bit, but that's okay. Now, let's stamp our tag. And we used back to those sayings. May your holiday season be filled with warmth and cheerful celebration. This big one here. Let's put that on a block. All right, now I grabbed the wild wheat and the old olive. I grabbed a sponge dauber. I'm gonna come in with my wild wheat first. Let me get my mat. All right, so I want to sponge dauber. I want to get my wild wheat on those straight letters. And I did get a little bit on the cursive, but that's okay because I'm going to come in with the old olive and my sponge dauber, and I'm going to get some ink on the cursive. So now if you wanted to, you could use two sponge daubers and you'd probably have a better luck at it. I am going to go with the and in the green because I know last time it got a little icky on me. So all right, and then I am going to stamp this towards the top of my tag. Just like that. So then I have the two different colors, which I really like a lot. All right, now I'm going to grab that wild wheat and I'm going to grab the stamps that go with that. It's right here. Golden greenery. We're going to grab the detailed stamp of the bells. So there's a solid stamp for each bell and a detailed one. And we want the detailed right now because we've gone ahead and we've cut them out in the old olive cardstock. Let's go ahead and mount this before I stick it in something here. Oops, you know what I need is a little bit of this wild wheat. Whoops. Did not do that to me earlier. Of course it didn't. There we go. All right, we're gonna go ahead and mount that right over here. Pull this tight, and then we're gonna cut that so it's the same length as the card, just like that. Now, let's bring those bells. All right, so we've gone ahead and we've cut the bells out with wild wheat. We've done a couple of the greeneries. This is this one here is garden green. That one's old olive, and then I've gone ahead and I stamped another one of the images. It is a two-step stamp, so it has where you stamp with one color and then, all I did was I stamped off to get the lighter green. All right, so we're gonna stamp the details on our bells here. I'm gonna do the smaller one. Okay, let's close this up so I don't, all right, grab my liquid glue. this one up along the edge here. Just like that. All right. The big bell is flat. The little bell has a dimensional. And then I kind of put it right over, right like that. So it's over top of the holes. And I'm going to grab that wild wheat twine again. And this time we're going to do a bow. Just like that. All right, cut my tails. Grab a glue dot. And we're going to put that right on top of the bells. Just like that. Then we're going to grab those pretty sparkly gems again. This time we're going to use 5 of the gold ones. So we're going to do one there. We're going to do one up here. One right there. And one down here. Oops, I need one more. Oh, come on, I need a small one. There we go. We're going to put this one down here. All right, guys, so there you have it. A little Christmas in July. So hopefully this has given you a little inspiration to start working on maybe some Christmas projects, tags, whatever, little boxes, whatever you might think you might need for the upcoming holiday season. Because if you start now, but then don't be like me and don't put them where you can't find them. That's something I have a tendency of doing sometimes. All right, let me see if I can bring them all back in for you. All right, so we're heading down to the end of our redeem to earn. So you're earning $5 coupons this month with every $50 that you spend, okay? So you really want to keep track of your emails because that's where the email will come, all right? And that's where your $5 coupons will be. And then in August, we're going to turn around and we're going to use them on our purchases in August, okay? New paper pumpkin dropped. This is the one that is good now until August 10th. I will be on vacation, but this one looks like a really good one. It comes with a number stamp set. Who doesn't need a number stamp set in their collection? And don't forget, we also have the add-on that goes with this month's paper pumpkin, okay? Summer Stamp Camp went out in the mail this week. I will be online Sunday afternoon in a private Facebook group, and we will be doing a summer stamp camp. I hope you guys are excited. There were 10 projects in the box and some bingo cards. So we're going to be doing bingo and working on the 10 projects. So I thank everybody that signed up for that. Some new kits have dropped, so if you're going on vacation like I am, I'm actually going to be on vacation. I'm going on 2 separate vacations. I'm going on vacation with my husband, and then I'm going on vacation with my brother and sister and all of them the first week of August. So I will be away a lot, so I'm not really sure how much I'll be going live. I might do some pre-recorded videos if I can figure out how to do that technology. I will be doing that. So, all right, guys, here you go. Here was all the projects from tonight. Hopefully you have enjoyed my little Christmas in July. I will be back Friday evening. Actually, it'll be Friday afternoon at 4 because this is a work week for me. I have one more work week and then I'm on vacation. Very excited. I have like 4 more days and then I'm on vacation. Can't wait. All right. So stop by Friday afternoon at 4. If that's not a good time for you, you can always watch my videos. They post right directly to here, Stampin' with Julia. I also post some of my videos to my YouTube channel, so you can always check them out there. And I think that's everything I got for you. So if you can't make Friday, there's always Sunday morning coffee and a card. I apologize this last weekend. I had a wicked migraine and worked all weekend, and so when I came home Sunday morning, I literally went right to bed trying to get rid of the migraine. It did not succeed. I ended up working Sunday night with the migraine, and it took me till sometime Monday to get rid of my migraine. So I apologize for not going live on this past Sunday. So, all right, guys, I'm going to let you go. Enjoy the rest of your evening. And hopefully I've inspired you to do a little Christmas in July. As always, thank you for watching. And hopefully we'll all be stamping together real soon. Have a great rest of your night.